Hey, what's up everybody, it's Lofo, and today I wanted to talk about the chart and why you shouldn't be watching it 24/7, and yeah, just all that. But before I get into it, I'd just like to mention I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please take what I say with a grain of salt. And I'd also like to mention that 88% of my viewers are not subscribed, so it'd mean a lot to me if you'd hit that sub button. Thank you if you do. But boys, come on, there's a lot of stuff going on with this chart that just things aren't the way they seem. Because, you know, buy orders are usually 2 to 1. There's always more inflow than outflow, and yet we get some red and stuff. And when I say things aren't as they seem, is because you look at the dark pool percentage, and you know we're in the high 60s. I mean, you have to take into account that all these just don't affect the stock price. And payment for order flow, orders are getting delayed. You know, Webull, Robinhood, TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, they all use payment for order flow, and essentially what that is they're selling your information away, and they're also giving your orders, they're giving them to the hedgies, and they can, you know, fill them whenever they want, or they can put them off exchange to the dark pool, or they could honestly just process them whenever they feel like it. And it's usually, I think it's up to 35 days. But I just wanted to show you guys this little thing here that I made, and why it can be a very big negative to always just look at the chart. Because these hedge funds, you have to, when you think about it, you got to know the game they're trying to play here. And what that is they want you to sell, and they want you to sell cheap, and they want you to panic sell. And they're trying to get it ingrained into you that this trade is stupid and it doesn't make sense. Even though there's a lot of information that goes against all of that. But that's their message. They're trying to make it in all these media and all that stuff, like Motley Fool. What they're essentially trying to do is they're trying to get you to panic sell. But yeah, essentially when you're just staring at the chart all day, during the day, obviously there's big swings. And big swings, positive and negative, and lately it's been a lot of negative, you know, red swings. And when you're looking at it all day, that can lead to a lot of emotion and a lot of when you're trading, you want to separate emotion out of the trade. You don't want, because essentially when there's too much emotion in there and you're like, oh god, I'm losing so much money, or even when you're making a lot of money, this can go both ways. It can lead to you making some silly decisions and stuff that you might regret in the future, because you have to remember that these hedge funds, they prey on emotion. Hold on, just gotta write this. Sorry, I started to multitask. I'm not really good at this kind of stuff. But they prey on emotion. And this really isn't some like tinfoil hat, like, oh, they want you to sell. I mean, like, you know, Ken Griffin literally has stated that he has algorithms, and Citadel uses algorithms that prey on emotion to better position their portfolio.
An understanding that many dynamics of how humans behave can be, in a sense, taken advantage of by technology. If we know how humans behave and we can predict that, we can use that to better position our portfolios.
And they're trying to get retail to sell. And they do all this stuff. They manipulate the price. They do these short ladder attacks. So you question your conviction in this play. And you're like, is this really going to happen? Is the short squeeze going to happen? And I firmly believe it is. I really do. A lot of people do. There's a lot of people in on this play. And essentially the hedge funds are trying to mitigate their damage from it, and they're trying to get a lot of people to sell it. And I honestly, it's the best thing they could do. If I was in their situation, I'd be doing the same thing. But they prey on emotion. And last but not least, this is more of a little tip I'd like to give to everyone, is price alerts. This is something I do, especially recently. Essentially what it is you set up alerts for AMC or any stock in general. You get an alert when it hits a certain price, and it could be a negative price. Say it goes down to $20, you have a price and you're like, oh shit. Or you know, you have an alert at $40 or $50, like $50 or $100, stuff like that. Essentially what those are that's a very good tool, because you don't always have to watch the stock price, and you're still getting informed and up to date on what's going on. And it's a very emotionally draining game when you're just watching it go up, especially when it's sideways trading. You're just like, I just spent all day watching this do nothing. And I admit, like I said, I used to be like a big watch the chart 24/7 kind of guy. And it's a very emotionally draining thing. And I'll admit, it's fun when it's going green and stuff, and you're having crazy green swings. It's a very fun thing. You're just watching it go up, and you're watching your account. But overall, I feel like it can be a very negative thing, especially when you're seeing a lot of red, especially what's happened to us recently. But that's just it. I just want to give you guys some tips. I mean, I'm not some crazy stock expert. I'm literally a 19-year-old guy just talking on the internet about stocks. But these are just some tips I picked up, especially in a play like AMC, where you kind of just want to I wouldn't say forget about it, but you know, this isn't, you got to remember, like, this is a very big play, and I truly believe that people in AMC are going to make a lot of money, but you don't want it to, you know, overtake your life and be constantly doing DD and all this stuff, because you can know all that stuff, you can be looking at the chart, but that's not going to change the price. You know what I mean? Like, you can know all that stuff, and like all those rabbit holes you go down with all this, like, you know, like, that's good stuff to know, and it's good to be up to date with what's going on in the stock, but I'd say there's a fine line. So that's gonna be it for today, guys. If you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a positive comment if you want to. That'd mean a lot to me. Thank you if you do. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Have a good day, ladies and gentlemen. Take care.